Okay, nice to meet you guys. My name is Jonathan Bray, and I'm doing my COMM 207 interpersonal communications project, skills project. Make big for you guys. All right, interpersonal skills project by Jonathan Bray. Like I said, next one is what is communication? Communication is defined as a process by which is exchange between individuals through a common sense of symbols, signs, or behavior exchanges of information or behavior exchanges of information. Yes. So that means communication is just not in talking. It is also just not being verbal. There's different forms of communication. There are different forms of communication, like there is communication through hand movements, as I'm talking and doing right now. There's body language. There's even actions or communication too. The way a person moves around you, the way the way they talk, their tone, that's all forms of communication. And it's definitely important to know these forms. All right, communication skills. The communication skills are styles and techniques used to convey successful and productive interactions. They are essential for effective communication to take place between two or more persons with the purpose of delivering, receiving, and understanding the message successfully. What does this mean? Is communication skills, or basically these, not talents, sorry, these skills that people use. They are definitely the skills that people use to better their communication. Uh, one simple communication skill is listening. That is a very important communication skill. That is probably the most important communication skill. If a person cannot receive the message, what is the point of sending it? You know, listening, conveying. Another skill is realizing conflict, having tact when you talk and speak to people, the pace and tone of your voice, eye contact, smiling, facial structure, all those are communication skills in their own sense. And the way you mix them up and use them together is what makes it a style or technique. All right. Now, I did an interpersonal skill self assessment when for our first what's it called? Our first module of the class, we did this assessment. It was assigned to us. I did it. And to my complete realization, I found out that my communication skills are absolute garbage. So I thought they would be better. I actually have an overscore of a 72%. So it's just above par. My listening skills were the worst. When it comes to my emotional intelligence, it was my highest skill. It was my highest, not skill, I'm sorry, factor. Verbal communication was in the middle, just so as communicating in groups. And these are all important factors to have and important, traits to try and get into and practice and be better. And throughout my time in this course, I was hoping to achieve better results in all of these factors. All right. Now, one listening skill that I said, which was very important, we did this in module 3, was listening. Sabrina, you were there. Was a listening module where we did a listening presentation to show us the importance of listening and how we could listen better and how we could implement it in our lives. I took this project to heart because I actually put a lot of effort in it. And when you put effort into something, you actually do see results. As you can see here, these are all my flaws. I noticed throughout the modules was people would tell me I tune out certain details when they talk to me. I don't, when I talk back to them, I just go straight to the main topic. It's very important that when you listen to someone and you communicate with them, is that you not only just express the main point of what they just said to you, but also the little things as well too, because those little things could be very important to them. Getting overexcited, leading me to cut people off. I still kind of do this a little bit. It's kind of like an excitement thing. And then on top of that, I have bad memory. So if I'm afraid to forget something, I will cut somebody off. And then being dismissive of the important things of what the messenger is trying to convey to me. That kind of goes back hand in hand with the first flaw, but just being dismissive is like, okay, it doesn't care, which is very, very rude. But I admit that it was told that I do it, so I have to admit and accept the fact these are things that I do. Now, to solutions for those flaws is that I learned to get people to doubt when they're the benefit of doubt until they're proving or apparent, which basically means I take account for everything that's being said to me. and I take account of saying everything that's being said to me, which is part of listening, is not missing those details, and then just not doubting anybody whenever they say something, and just get into the main topic, just until you have absolute proof that you could prove that person wrong. It's kind of a respectful thing to do. Practicing patience and taking mental notes while listening helped me fight the urge to disrupt people while talking to get through my point. So this is what I helped when it came to me cutting people off, is that I had to put a mental note in my head. Okay, let me finish talking. Take mental notes of what they're saying, so that when we come back and it's my turn to speak, I'll be able to convey my message clear. It's everything, every single part that I want to get to them. If they don't receive it, that's on them. This is about my personal listening skills. So that's the way that goes. And then taking account of everything that is being said. Then again, back to the first solution, the first flaw, because hand to hand, taking account of everything that is being said to me and making tactful responses. So one thing I learned is that not everything deserves a response. Being a good communicator is being careful what you say. Not everything deserves a response, and there's a time and place to say everything. Like if somebody was dying and their mother or father just died, it's a horrible example, but it's happened before, I'm pretty sure. Or the mother and father just died. It's not a good time to talk about what their mother and father did while they were alive to that person right away when they're grieving. So there's a time and place to come to and approach somebody and talk to them as well. So realizing that will definitely make you a better communicator. Next is the summary. Now, before I go into saying the summary off the board, I want to say things that being a better communicator can do for people is it opens networks. It makes people easy and want to communicate with you. You'll get in, and this is personal, business, relationship advice, whatever you do in life. If you know how to communicate correctly, you can open a lot of doors for yourself. And that is the first step. Nobody's going to want to talk to you if you don't know how to communicate correctly. People are going to be afraid to come to you. If you're in a management position, people are not going to want to confide in you, and that can mess up business. If I was a Marine, so if you're in a leadership position, or even if you're as a student leading a group project, you want to be able to communicate with people so they'll be able to come to you and feel comfortable talking to you. So now I am going to read off the screen. In conclusion, interpersonal communication is an important part of our daily lives as we interact with one another daily. Knowing how to converse, listen, and respond in a respectful manner could go a long way. By using these communication skills to our advantage, it is possible for anyone to become more likable when they interact with others, therefore making it possible for that person to be respected, successful, and be more impactful as they communicate with others. And thank you for being here for my project. If you guys have any questions and answers, you can ask me after I stop recording. All right, how do I stop this recording? All right, let me see. I don't know how to stop recording. Hopefully I can edit this on YouTube, right? Like cut this part out.
On the instructions, it specifically said that we're not allowed to edit that video, so.
Oh, well, she's gonna have to take it while we leave it then. All right, then.
Oh, also, if you guys don't mind, I think I'm